got to, yes.
I'm just gonna let you guys know we're gonna go live in just a few minutes. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you're there. I just want to let you know that don't pick your nose or anything. It's gonna be on live TV. Their lives have been changed forever.
Yeah.
We're pleading with the public, anybody who knows anything about what may have happened here, to please call us at 832-1234 or Crime Stoppers.
Now, she was the passenger in the car. There was another person in the car with her, or was
She
she
was
the
the
driver?
driver, and there was another occupant inside the car who was present during the robbery. But of course, that's an extremely traumatic situation, and it's hard to get eyewitness account details out of that.
Sure. So right now you're still looking, but the person in the car with her did not get a good description of what they
That's
saw,
right. We're
correct?
still looking. All we have is that it was two black males, which is also the description of the other robberies where shots were fired in the area. So at this point, that's all we have. So we're really needing the public to step up. If they saw anything around the 1 o'clock hour, anywhere near 105 tram, that area.
Yeah, to give people a better description of where we are, it's off of Concord, probably somewhere between the Target Shopping Center and the Academy,
We're
back
almost right
behind those.
behind Academy and Burlington in that area.
Correct. So again, Sierra Trails,
Sienna Trails.
Sienna Trails, and that's where the location is, Dan. That is correct. Again, but they didn't get a good description. She says, and when they came in, I take it that they followed them in here. Is that what the passenger said?
We don't know if they followed them in particular, or if they were already inside the complex or followed another person in. We're not sure about the details.
Okay, there you go, Dan. Yeah, we'll do another one. I mean, and that's another thing, man. When you got breaking news, you don't go to first weather. You just come straight out. I don't get that. I know. I'm like, y'all stand by, and we're standing by, and then they're going, all right, here's a weather update. Anyway. Ask questions from that. Go ahead.
At about 1:51 this morning, Beaumont Police responded out to this apartment complex at 6155 Sienna Trails in reference to a shots fired call. When they arrived, they found a 19-year-old pregnant female suffering from gunshot wounds after a robbery, so that is actually going to be a capital murder. Both her and her baby are deceased. The only description we have right now is two black males. We don't have a vehicle description. We don't have any kind of physical description. There was another person inside the vehicle that was not injured. However, such a traumatic event, they weren't able to give us a whole lot of detail as far as the description of the actors. During that time, we also had another aggravated robbery where shots were fired in the area of 105. And since then, or before some point, we had a few others, one outside of the county. And so we're not sure if they're all connected. We're trying to gather evidence and find out if that's the case or not. But right now we're really just urging all of our citizens to keep their eyes open, keep their ears open for anything suspicious. We're really leaning on the hope that somebody out there has a conscience and knows exactly what they did or knows who did this, and they will call in. These were completely innocent victims, and so we're really sad about the loss of life that occurred out here tonight.
Now, why are you calling it a robbery? Did they approach the car and ask them for money, or did they?
Yes, it was a robbery. Yeah, they had a gun. They, in some form or fashion, demanded something.
And did they roll the window down to talk to them like they were going to friendly conversation?
No, I don't have the details exactly of what all occurred.
Is it a black male? I mean,
Two.
black female?
No,
Female.
no, she's not black. She's white.
Okay.
Two black male are the suspects.
Okay.
Okay. And the apartment complex, I mean, it looks like, do they have surveillance anywhere that could
We're
maybe
trying
get
to we're trying to figure all of that out. We've got almost our entire detectives, persons crimes division out here, and at the other locations trying to comb together either some video evidence or something to see if these are linked, connected, if we can get a vehicle information, anything like that. But it's extremely early on in the investigation, so right now we're hoping for any kind of tips, and they can call Crime Stoppers, and they can also call the Beaumont Police Department at 832-1234.
Any indication that they could have lived here just because it's so secure, or do you think they followed them in here? Did the passengers say they followed us in here? And
we don't have any information on the suspects to be able to rule that out or say that's the case. But we had another robbery at an apartment complex, so we're not sure if they're connected.
So
but
she was shot in the car?
in the parking lot, in or around.
Okay.
So,
okay.
okay. All right.
Very good.
If I get anything else, I don't have anything more than what I had earlier, so unfortunately.
Okay. Well, we don't know how many gunshots were fired.
We do. Robbery that went bad.
Yeah. It appears she pulled into the parking lot, right? And that's where she was either confronted, and there was a passenger in the car, but it's real sketchy. I mean, I can only imagine what was going through their mind when all this was happening.
Yeah, so this is an extremely traumatic and terrifying experience for everyone who is involved, all the victims, and it's kind of difficult to get good eyewitness testimony, especially right after a traumatic experience. So we're really leaning on the community and hoping that someone knows something. We're wanting to put everyone on alert, keep your eyes and ears open. And there were several other robberies with shots fired in the area, and we're trying to see if they're connected. We really don't have a whole lot to go on. All we know right now is two black male suspects.
Right, and just before you came to this scene, there was shots fired on Highway 105, and that's one of the earlier robberies you were talking about.
It was while they were out investigating this that there was another shots fired with a robbery at an apartment complex. So, and more than one, so there may have been one before, one after. So we're trying to see if they're connected, not sure, but of course we're going to continue investigating, and you know, we're just devastated that this happened in our city tonight.
Pretty gutsy of them to do what they did. I mean, this is a secure apartment complex. It's gated, and I mean, as we drove around it, I mean, there was no getting in. So apparently the woman pulled up, got in, used her key card to get in, and they may have followed her in.
Yeah, we're not sure about the details surrounding how they entered the complex or or anything like that. But like I said, it's very early on in the investigation, and we've got almost our entire persons crimes detectives out, not only here but at the other locations, trying to get some type of evidence to point us in the right direction.
Sure. At this time, has the apartment complex told you at all that they have surveillance video, or is that one of the things they're looking into?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of.
Okay, and you're treating this as a capital murder now because of the situation.
This is a capital murder. It was a robbery, and someone was killed in the commission of that aggravated felony. So, yes, it's a capital murder. It's a horrible, horrible situation, and we want to find whoever did it as quickly as possible.
All right. Officer Haley Morrow, thank you so much. Again, 6155 Sienna Trails is the address here, Dan. One more, probably. Yeah.
just keep looking. They ain't gonna. You gonna have to. You gotta tie it down.
I think so, like that. Hey, can you hear me?
Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
I know, but I need them. So I was like, stop.
Red light. Roll.
Bruce. No. God, I missed my picture because you called. apartment complex put notes,
Yeah.
posted notes on your doors?
Yeah, they had posted some notes, prior to this incident that there was a couple robberies.
Inside this apartment
Oh
complex?
yeah, definitely.
Huh.
So, I mean, it was only a matter of time if something like this happens. It's just a very sad thing that it happened like that.
And you know of a couple of other robberies that have happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. I just know that we had a note on our door twice of, there was robberies in the complex.
Huh.
And then now this. So.
It seems pretty safe. I mean, it's well secured.
Oh
it
yeah,
looks...
it's a safe community, but it's just, I guess we're a target. I don't know.
How long have you lived here?
I have lived here like 9 or 10 months.
Okay.
About to be coming up on a year lease, so.
But this one's scary. I mean, this is.
Yeah.
I mean, they pulled up and shot the woman.
Yeah, that's something. That's serious, man. It's crazy.
A little scary?
It's a little scary. Just gotta, protect ourselves and keep a lookout.
Yeah. What did you think when you woke up? When did you hear about this?
I actually heard about the first thing when I woke up. Looked over and my girlfriend had a message from somebody, and at the same time we saw it on the news coming up next. It had the little title, and we were like, wow, that's like right outside our door,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, did you know the woman?
I did not know the woman, no.
Yeah, 19-year-old.
19
She was 7
years
months
old.
pregnant.
Mm.
Her and her mom had just gotten back from Galveston from a... Huh.
That's sad, man. Prayers go out to the family.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, do you plan on staying here?
Actually, we just talked about it. I think we're gonna go up to the front office and talk to the woman. See if we can get out of our lease, get somewhere a little safer. So.
Yeah. What is your name?
My name's Dylan Simpson.
Dylan Simpson. Common
Yes.
spelling? D-I-L-L-A-N?
D-Y-L-A-N.
Oh, D-Y? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're from Beaumont. You lived here your whole life?
No, I'm originally from Orange. I've been here since I started working here.
Yeah.
In Beaumont. So.
Surveillance cameras, I've asked about them several times, and most people have said no. I don't know of any surveillance.
No surveillance cameras, and some of the floodlights that are supposed to be on all the time, some of the lights are busted, so like there's dark walkways in here. So I tend to not walk in those dark walkways at night.
Yeah.
And we have a dog, so we have to walk it, and at night you got to be safe.
Pretty gutsy of somebody to drive into a gated community where you're trapped in once you get inside. I mean, to do this to someone.
Oh yeah, to do this, they definitely had some sort of plan, because it's a gated community. It's sad, man.
Dylan, man, have yourself a good day.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, bud. Go ahead, Norm. Do this story for the later. It's a good interview.